Picture this. You're 26 years old, you've been working at your job for 2 years, and suddenly you get an email from your boss. Due to economic uncertainty, we're implementing temporary pay cuts. Across the company, your heart sinks, your rent is due in 2 weeks, your car payment is due next week, and now you're making less money. But here's what most people don't realize. While everyone else is panicking about recession fears, smart young adults are actually getting richer during economic downturns. They're not just surviving, they're positioning themselves to thrive when the economy recovers. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn recession fears into financial opportunity using strategies that anyone can follow, even if you're starting from zero. First, let's clear up what a recession really means for your money. A recession isn't just bad news for everyone. It's actually a massive opportunity if you know what to do. Think of the economy like a clay ocean. Sometimes the waves are calm and predictable. Sometimes there are big storms. Most people panic when the storm comes and just try to survive. But smart sailors use the storm to their advantage. During recessions, 3 things happen that create incredible opportunities for young people. First, everything goes on sale. Stocks, real estate, even job opportunities become cheaper and more available. Second, people make emotional decisions. They panic sell investments and make desperate financial choices. Third, the government steps in with programs and policies that can benefit smart money managers. The key is knowing how to position yourself before the storm hits. Let's start with the foundation of recession-proofing your finances. Imagine a clay character named Alex who builds an emergency fund fortress. Alex starts with a tiny clay jar labeled emergency fund. Month 1, Alex adds $50. Month 2, another $50. By month 6, Alex has $300, enough for a small emergency. But Alex doesn't stop there. Alex keeps building, month after month, until the clay jar becomes a massive clay vault. After 2 years, Alex has $3,000. After 5 years, $7,500. Now here's why this matters. When recession hits and Alex's hours get cut at work, Alex doesn't panic. Alex doesn't go into debt. Alex just opens the clay vault and uses the money to cover expenses while figuring out the next steps. Meanwhile, Alex's friend Sam has no emergency fund. When Sam's hours get cut, Sam has to choose between paying rent or buying groceries. Sam ends up using credit cards with 25% interest rates, creating a debt spiral that takes years to escape. The lesson is simple. Your emergency fund isn't just money, it's peace of mind. It's freedom to make smart decisions instead of desperate ones. Start with just $25 a week. That's $1,300 in your first year. Set up automatic transfers so you never have to think about it. Your future self will thank you. Now let's talk about debt, because debt is what kills most people during recessions. Meet our clay characters Sarah and Mike. Sarah has $5,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest. Mike has the same debt but uses a different strategy. Sarah pays the minimum payment of $125 every month. At this rate, it will take Sarah 8 years to pay off the debt, and she'll pay $7,000 in total interest. Mike uses the debt avalanche method. Mike finds an extra $100 in the budget by cutting unnecessary expenses and puts it all toward the highest interest debt. Mike pays $325 total each month. Mike pays off the debt in just 2 years and pays only $1,800 in interest. That's $5,000 to $100 less than Sarah paid. But here's the claymation magic. Mike takes the $325 monthly payment and starts investing it once the debt is gone. Over 10 years, that money grows to $63,000. Sarah? She's still paying off debt and missing out on compound interest. The takeaway: eliminate high-interest debt before recession hits. It frees up cash flow and removes a major financial vulnerability. Now let's talk about the scariest topic for most people during recessions: investing. Meet clay character Jenny, who's 28 and has been investing for 3 years. Jenny invested $300 monthly in index funds. Her total investment is $10,800. But recession hits and her portfolio value drops to $8,100. She's down to $1,700. Jenny's friend Tom panics and sells everything when the market drops. Tom saves himself from further losses and goes to cash. But Jenny has a plan. She remembers that markets always recover over time. She keeps investing her $300 monthly, even though it feels scary. Here's what happens. Tom stays in cash for 2 years. When the market recovers, Tom gets back in, but now he's buying stocks at higher prices. Jenny kept investing during the downturn, buying stocks when they were 30% cheaper. She ends up with much more money when the market recovers. The claymation shows this perfectly. Jenny's investment account is like a diving board. She jumps in when prices are low. Tom waits on the side, paralyzed by fear, then jumps in when prices are already high. Young adults have a huge advantage here. You have decades to recover from market downturns. Every dollar you invest during a recession is like buying a stock at 30% off. Here's one of the smartest moves during a recession: upskilling and diversifying your income. Meet Clay character Maria, who works as a retail clerk. When recession hits and retail hours get cut, Maria doesn't panic. Instead, Maria uses the extra time to learn new skills through free online courses. Maria takes digital marketing, data analysis, and social media management courses. Within 6 months, Maria lands a part-time remote job doing social media for small businesses. Now Maria has 2 income streams instead of 1. When the recession ends, Maria has more skills and more opportunities than before. Meanwhile, Maria's co-worker Jake just complains about the economy and watches Netflix during his reduced hours. Jake comes out of the recession exactly where he started, maybe worse. The claymation shows Maria building additional income streams, like adding more clay pipes to a water system. More pipes mean more water flow. More income streams mean more financial security. During recessions, companies are actually more likely to hire people who improve their skills. They need efficient workers, and training costs money. If you come in already trained, you look incredibly valuable. Let's talk about one of the biggest secrets of recession thriving: becoming an opportunity hunter. Meet Clay character David, who's always looking for ways to profit. From chaos, when recession hits and people start selling their stuff cheaply, David doesn't just commiserate. David starts actively hunting for deals. He sets up alerts for estate sales, foreclosure auctions, and people selling cars because they can't afford payments. David picks up a car at 40% below market value. He fixes minor issues and sells it for a profit. He buys furniture from people moving in with family. He renovates and resells. But here's David's secret weapon. He doesn't just buy random stuff. He studies what people need during recessions and stocks up on those items. When everyone else is panic buying toilet paper, David's already stocked up. When people realize they need better internet for remote work, David has already upgraded his equipment and can offer freelance services. The claymation shows David like a clay detective, constantly observing and planning while others panic. David's garage becomes a clay treasure chest full of opportunities that others missed. Here's the key insight. Recessions create temporary inefficiencies in the market. People sell things they need because they're desperate for cash. If you have cash available and can think clearly while others can't, you can pick up assets at huge discounts. Here's exactly what you need to do right now to avoid this financial disaster. Step 1. Build your emergency fund to $1,000 immediately. Open a separate savings account and automate transfers of $50 every week until you hit your goal. Step 2. List all your debts from highest to lowest interest rate. Calculate how much extra you can put toward the highest interest debt each month. Even an extra $25 makes a difference. Step 3. Open an investment account and set up automatic monthly contributions. Start with whatever you can afford, even if it's just $25. Index funds like VTI or VTSAX are perfect for beginners. Step 4. Identify one skill you can learn for free or cheap during your extra time. Use platforms like Coursera, YouTube, or your local library. Focus on skills that increase your earning potential. Step 5. Create a recession opportunity list. What skills could you monetize? What items could you buy low and sell high? What services could you offer? Here's what you need to remember. A recession isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It shows you who's prepared and who's not. It separates the people who build wealth from those who just hope to survive. Your emergency fund is your shield. Eliminating high-interest debt is your sword. Investing during downturns is your greatest weapon. Upskilling is your future-proofing. And hunting for opportunities is how you turn chaos into cash. The young adults who thrive during recessions are the ones who start preparing before the headlines warn about economic trouble. They build their financial fortress when the sun is shining, so they can weather any storm. Don't wait for the next recession to start getting serious about your finances. Start today. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make in this moment. If this video helped you understand how to turn economic fear into financial opportunity, smash that like button and subscribe to Clayconomics for more visual money education that actually makes sense. Leave a comment below and tell me which recession strategy you're going to start implementing first. I read every single comment and often feature viewer questions in future videos. Remember, in every recession, there are people who get poorer and people who get richer. Which one do you want to be?